I've always believed in the goodness that God has put into the world. I've always believed that we always, as human beings, strive for something greater than our situations hand us, greater than where we are. Um, we are beings that need to have a challenge because we know that we can be better than who we are and where we're at. I really believe that there is a living God, and whether you believe it or not, that's neither here nor there. He created you anyway, so deal with that. Um, I believe that everything we do should be done with all hopefulness, with all striving to better ourselves and our children and those that we love. And we pray that those who love us will also work as hard as they can to better themselves, not only for relationships and children and all the rest, but to make a better world. And it comes from you, and it comes from I. It comes from people. We the people. We have that saying here. That's a very good one. Too many people are looking to governments to fix things. They can't. I mean, we look to each other. We can't necessarily fix things either. But what we can do is hold high ideals within our hearts, and exercise those ideals in our daily walks. Each one of us can do that. And that's how you make the world better. It doesn't come by any edicts. It doesn't come from new laws or regulations. As a matter of fact, that kind of throws a whole cog into the wheel, as it were. Too many regulations. We are the people. We the people are the ones that are going to affect the change. And I'm not necessarily saying that we need to change anything in civilized society. We've done well. But there are a lot of people that want to affect change that takes that away from us. And they claim that they have some sort of authority over us. The only authority we have over us is the living God. And we can do great. We can do great as humanity goes if we follow simple principles. Love one another. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This is a great words from God who walked the earth amongst us. We can do these things. Not as effectively as he did, but what he did was affected the world in no other individual or God, if you want to put it that way, which he was indeed God on earth. No other person on earth affected the world in a better way than Jesus Christ. And we need to, get any negative thoughts out of our system, and just understand that each one of us is just as valuable as anybody else. Sometimes people piss you off. People make me angry sometimes. Sometimes I make myself angry. Every once in a while. It doesn't happen too often, but every once in a while it does. But what I need to do is recognize as an individual how I walk, how I interact with people, and how I can be an example, as others were an example for me when I was growing up, to wish to really 100% make this world a better place. And it doesn't come from governments and all that stuff. It comes from you and I. We, as a matter of fact, are the most, when the government's populations are small. And they're made up of people like you and I, but some people, they go astray, and so they get into government and they turn into something else, and that could be a problem. But what we need to do, it seems to me, is as individuals, cast aside all the craziness that governments try to do and all these impositions and everything else, and just say, hey, you work for us. You're flesh and blood too. If I cut my arm, I'm gonna bleed. They cut their arm, they're gonna bleed. They're just mere humans too, but they seem to impose all this stuff on us, and it makes us negative. Well, then stop voting for them. You know, and teach everybody else that votes, who may not think about the long term, or how wonderful we are as a planet and as countries, made up of a whole bunch of wonderful, loving people. Generally, I mean, you love your wives. The wives should love their husbands, and anytime you have love, there should be mutual love together like this. I mean, we can be like this. Not necessarily that we all have mutual love for one another in those regards. Those are personal regards between households. But ultimately we are if we're not like this, and we're going to lose it all. Don't ever forget that together we can make it. We don't impose anything on one another. Only bring goodness wherever we walk. Open the door for a lady, for goodness sakes. And every once in a while, it'd be nice to say, when a stranger passes, well, good afternoon or good evening. I had somebody, some gentleman said that to me after work on Friday. He said, good evening, he said. And it just warmed me up. And it was a good thing, because I hadn't heard that in a long time. It was like when I was a child, I used to hear that a lot. In small towns, you wave at everybody. And then you get into the big cities, and then you get other gestures. It's like you just learn to get a little bit hard, and it rubs off on you in a bad way. How each one of us conducts ourselves in our daily lives probably will make the biggest difference in the world. And if everybody wants, some semblance of peace and understanding and decency, and if we want to maintain it, it starts with every action that we are able to muster during the course of our days. So I want y'all to think about that. I was just thinking about it. I'm not sure. I just off the cuff, so I may not put this up, but if I do, well, there's a good points in there somewhere. Thanks for listening and watching. Sorry, I'm in my underwear thing, but it's kind of cold here, so this works. Okay.